In this video, we're going to look at representing fractions. The best way to think of a fraction is the answer to a sharing problem, that is, a division problem. Suppose 6 cakes are equally shared among 3 people. The circles represent the cakes and the people. That would be 2 cakes per person. So that is 6 cakes are shared equally among 3 people. Each person would get 2 cakes. Now suppose 1 cake is shared equally among 2 people. Each person would get half a cake. That is, 1 cake is shared equally among 2 people, so each would get 1/2 a cake. Now suppose 5 cakes are shared equally among 5 people. Each would get 1. That is, 5 cakes are shared equally among 5 people. Each would get 1. And in fact, we can generalize to say any number of cakes, A, shared among the same number of people, they'll all get 1. Suppose 7 cakes are now shared equally among 1 lucky person. You can see that that person would get all 7. So that is 7 cakes are shared equally among 1 person. They would get all 7 cakes. And again, we can generalize to say any number of cakes shared among 1 person will get all the cakes. Now suppose 3 cakes are shared equally among 5 people. That is, 3 cakes are shared equally among 5 people. Each person would get 3/5 of a cake. So you can ask, well, how would you actually cut them? You could cut each cake into fifths and give 1 person each a piece from each cake. That is, 1/5 from the 3 cakes each would be 3/5. Each person would get 3 of the 1/5. Sharing problems are represented as fractions, where we have A over B. The A is called the numerator. The line is called the vinculum, and B represents the denominator. Numbers can be represented using different models. Firstly, let's have a look at a number line. For instance, if we want to indicate 3/4 on the number line, we would divide each interval into fourths. That is, from 0 to 1, divide into fourths. 3 of these, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, would indicate 3/4. We can also represent fractions by shading parts of a square that has been divided into equal parts. Let's represent 1/2. Well, we could represent 1/2 in multiple different ways. And there's lots of other endless ways to shade 1/2 of the square. Let's do the same for 1/4. We could represent 1/4 shaded in different ways. We'd like to define fractions as either proper fractions or improper fractions. A proper fraction is when the numerator is less than the denominator. That is, for our fraction A over B, A is less than B. Some examples, 1/3, 2/3, 4/5, etc. The numerator is smaller than the denominator. Improper fractions are when the numerator is greater or equal to the denominator. That is, when we have a fraction A over B, A is either less than or equal to B. Examples, 5/5, 7/3, 6/2.